Hello people. uDemand is a real-time, collaborative learning platform for software development. It produces professionals that are self-sufficient and have the willpower to compete on global business networks. Here in this video, we will discuss about PingFederate. PingFederate provides secure single sign-on, SSO, and central identity management for online applications, cloud services, and mobile apps. It secures internet and corporate tool access. PingFederate leverages SAML, OAuth, and OpenID Connect standards to provide SSO for corporate users, partners, and employees. You've come to the right location to get knowledge about PingFederate. Get the whole idea by watching all of the available videos. Following are the topics covered in this video series. Data security, security operations, network security. Application security. Overview on LDAP. Data stores, SSL server certificates. SAML subject. Authentication. SP connections. In order to learn more about emerging technologies, kindly give the channel a like, share and subscribe to it. Contact us for more details at sales@uDemand.org. Let's get started.
So whenever if you are receiving any kind of spam emails or whatever the malicious websites, okay, that is that may contain some kind of a illegal virus or something like that actually. Okay, so that is why we should not access any kind of illegal websites like torrent websites or something like that, right, in our mobile phone actually. Okay, so that is one way of protecting ourselves actually. Okay, so what is the other way of protecting actually? Okay, so
Having two-factor authentication for all our
exactly.
related applications.
I mean, nowadays, MFA is there for all of the applications, right? I mean, whatever this too much high secured applications are there means it's, for example, banking, net banking means it's a secured application, okay, because it is having a confidential information. So it's a high risk application. So MFA should be there actually. Okay. So, okay. Now tell me, here, who are all updating your bank credentials every month actually? Anyone? Net banking credentials, I'm saying it. I mean, still you might have, you just completed your college, right? So you might not have any kind of a salary account, but still you'll be having your bank account, right? So like who are all having an habit of like changing your net banking credentials every month?
Uh, we won't change the credentials, right? Because we get the two-factor authentication code.
No, that is fine. That is also fine. But still, that two-factor authentication also, like nowadays, it's kind of a hackable, right? Okay. So I'm just saying, okay, so just make it as a habit or something like that. Okay, so whenever you join any organization or whenever you are going to get a salary account, okay, just try to every month, just try to reset your net banking credential. I'm doing it for the past 6 years actually. Okay, so I'm doing it for the past 6 years. This kind of a net banking credentials I will change every month actually. Okay, so every month it become an habit for me actually. Okay, because I mean, how much time it will take? Maybe like 2 minutes or 3 minutes it will take to. I mean, whenever you receive a salary, right? Okay, last day of the month you will be receiving a salary. At the time you can able to change your net banking credentials actually. So I will do the same thing. Maybe in future you may also try to have it as a habit or something like that. Okay. So what I was trying to say, right? Okay. So here these are all like a personal kind of protecting ourselves from the cyber attacks actually. So this will be the same case, but it will be in a higher level actually. Okay, so it will be in a higher level. Okay, so here for example, let's say as I already mentioned, okay, so every 30 days okay, we will be having a habit of changing the credentials, but in the organization you will be having a user ID and password, and they will ask you to change the credentials maybe like every 60 days or maybe every 30 days they will ask you actually. So the same case, how we are protecting our personal information, so the same way they will protect the their organization information actually. Okay, so that is what we are going to see. Okay, so cyber security is nothing but it's just protecting something, that's all. Okay, it may be like a data, okay, it may be like applications or network level. So whenever there is a vulnerability, so that the people can able to exploit that vulnerability and get into access into our systems actually illegally. Okay, so in order to protect that kind of illegal attacks, we are having the cyber security. Okay, so nowadays cybersecurity is there for all of the organization, like 95 percentage it came actually. Okay, so the cybersecurity can be differentiated into 5 different parts actually. Okay, so these are the 5 most important integral parts of the cybersecurity. Okay, so first one is data security. Okay, now tell me, what is a data security? Any idea what is a data security, guys? Anyone? No one? I mean,
Protecting
we
the
don't
user
need to.
data or the
Okay, so
organization data.
Okay, so we don't need to go to the security. Just tell me what is a data. Yeah.
The information that we give.
No, I mean, I'm saying, okay, so let's say like if you take a healthcare service, like if you take a pharmaceutical industry, what is the data they will be having it?
Patient's information, doctor's information,
That's all?
the expenses that we have. So if it's an
Mm,
insurance company.
No, I mean,
What are the
if it is a,
medicines are coming in? What are the medicines
Mhm.
are going on?
Yeah, that is also correct. And then more important information, for example, I'm having a pharmaceutical industry. Okay, so I'm trying to, like, I mean, I'm trying to invent a new kind of a formula to treat the COVID patients actually. Okay, so that formula I need to protect it, right? Okay, so I mean, if I lose that formula means, so my competitors can able to take that information, right? So that is also the data actually. Okay, so each organization will have their confidential data actually. For example, let's say bank accounts, your account information, debit card information, credit card information, healthcare, insurance, so your insurance number, insurance detail, how much the insurance you put it actually, that information is confidential. Then if you take a automobile, so for example, if I'm running a company called like Hyundai or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to invent a new model car which is going to run in water. Okay, so that kind of a model, it's a confidential to me, right? I need to protect that one. So this is I mean, this is the data we are going to protect it actually. Okay, so how they are protecting it actually? So do you know what is an encryption and decryption? Encryption and decryption, any idea?
Yes, sir.
Encryption
We have a
is
basic idea of encryption, decryption.
Okay,
Encrypting
so
is something
mhm,
where we try to change the data where a normal person cannot read.
mhm, mhm,
Only we need some encryption tools to we need some decryption tools to read the
mhm,
data to
mhm,
understand the
mhm.
data. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm sending a message to, like for example, let's say like I'm sending a message to Naveen actually. Okay, so hi Naveen, how are you? Okay, so here I'm sending a message to Naveen. Okay, so I don't want any other people. So here there are other people, like 8 other people are there in the call, right? So I don't want any other people to see what is the message I'm sending it to Naveen actually. So what I will do, right? I will encrypt this plain text format into a non-readable format actually. Okay, like this. Okay, so like this. Okay, so others, like, okay, so I'm sending a message to Naveen, even including Naveen also. Okay, everyone will see this only. Okay, so no one cannot be able to see what is inside this particular encrypted format. So what I am doing, I am changing the plain text format into a encrypted format. So this is known as the hashed format actually, because I'm using standard hashing algorithm 256 bit. That is the, like, I mean, that is a current algorithm, like top algorithm available in the market for encrypting the data. Okay, so this is how I am encrypting it. But how I am encrypting it actually? Okay, so I'm encrypting this particular data to this by using some kind of a, like, a key. Okay, so I'm using it some kind of a key or something like public key or something like that. Okay, so that means it's a password. Okay, it's a password. So I am sharing that password only to Naveen. So Naveen have the password. So what I'm doing it, I am encrypting this particular data by using one key. Okay, Naveen can able to use the same key to decrypt this particular message and see what is there in the message actually. Okay, and then he can able to read it. But there is a disadvantage is there. So this is known as the symmetric algorithm. Symmetric algorithm means using only one key. Okay, so using for encryption and decryption is the same key actually. Okay, it's a same key, but it's faster actually. Okay, it is faster, and we can able to encrypt lot of data. But there is a disadvantage is there. Okay, for example, like I mean, whatever the key which I'm sharing it to Navin, right? So if someone else get into the key means they can also see what is there in the message actually. For example, let's say like if Shweta or Sindhu get into the key means they can also go and see what is there in my message actually. Okay, so this is a disadvantage is there actually. So that is what, okay, there is another like algorithm they found out, that is known as the asymmetric algorithm. So symmetric is only one key, asymmetric algorithm is two keys. Okay, asymmetric algorithm is two keys. One is public key. I will be encrypting the data by using public key. Naveen can able to decrypt the data by using the private key. Private key is not available to anyone. Only Naveen will be having the access actually. Okay, so that is known as the public key and private key. That is known as the asymmetric algorithm. Symmetric is only one key. Asymmetric is two keys actually. Okay, so asymmetric, these two keys is also known as digital certificates actually. Okay, now tell me what is a certificate, guys? Any idea what is a certificate? Anyone?
HTTPS.
No, I mean, HTTPS is fine. No, I'm just asking just a normal certificate. Okay. So for example, let's say you completed the MS degree or any degree you completed, right? So when you complete your degree, okay, so they are providing a degree certificate, right? Why they are providing it actually? Any idea?
For validation, like for confirming that this particular student has got degree from that particular
Exactly.
university.
Exactly. So, I mean, that is fine. They are giving it that you completed that particular degree in that particular college, right? So, whenever you join any organization, right, as a working employee or something like that, so they will ask you, they will, they will have some like requirement, right? For example, you should have completed this particular degree to join our organization. So, how they can able to trust you actually? Any idea?
With the certificate.
Exactly. So this certificate is acting as a trust for you actually. It acts acting as a proof that you have completed this particular degree in this particular year and in this particular college actually, right? So the certificate is going to provide three things. One is integrity, okay, confidentiality, okay. Next is next there will be one more thing is that is I forgot actually. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, so integrity, confidentiality. Okay, so integrity means that is what I mentioned, that is a trust actually. Okay, so that is going to be
Availability.
no availability, that is fine. Okay, so yeah, availability, that is a. Okay, so here so here integrity is the one which is going, we are going to use it actually. Okay, integrity is the one which we are using it in the data security actually. Okay, so digital certificate will provide the trust actually. Okay, so now you can tell me, okay, so certificate, that is the physical certificate you are having it, that is a degree certificate you are having it, right? That is a physical one. But that is there is another concept called digital certificate, that is known as the like a digitalized one, that is the certificate which is available virtually, not as a physically. Okay, so this certificate can be able to use it for trust purpose actually. Okay, it can be able to use it for trust purpose, so that can able to encrypt the data, and then they can also use it to decrypt the data. Okay, and then nowadays we are all using it to trust the website also actually. Okay, so that is known as the HTTPS and the HTTP actually. Okay, so you know, right, you can able to try to access. Okay, now tell me, there is online payment. Okay, can you able to see my like Chrome browser, guys? Can you able to see my Chrome browser, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now tell me, okay, I'm going to this particular site actually. Okay, let's see, Sony website. Okay, so I'm going to purchase something. So if I'm purchasing something here, right, I need to, for example, let's say like I'm going to purchase this particular speaker system actually. Okay. So what I need to do, I need to do the online payment, right? So how I can able to trust this website that they are not getting my banking credentials actually. They are not stealing my banking credentials. So here I will be purchasing this particular like system. I will be purchasing by using my credit card or debit card. So how I can able to trust this particular website that they are not stealing my credit card information or debit card information. You know, Amazon website or Flipkart or Netflix, you are putting the subscription, right? And then Amazon Prime. So these are all you are using it for the online payment option, right? Okay. So how you are trusting the website actually in a day-to-day life? I mean, everyone is using the Amazon for delivery purposes and purchasing something online, and then everyone is using Netflix for watching series and all. So you are purchasing the subscription, right? So how will you trust these kind of websites? They are not taking your banking information like credit card information or debit card. I mean, obviously everyone is using the UPI payment option, or it's like you are using the debit card or credit card, right? Or net banking also. So how you are trusting these kind of websites actually? Any idea? Anyone?
We can see a log symbol beside the link, which is,
Exactly. So here
yeah.
you whenever you are purchasing or something you are going to purchase in the online, right? Make sure that you are seeing this particular lock symbol. Don't ever access. I mean, this is a Sony site. This is a top commercial website around the world actually. So if I try to access it in the like for example, let's say like by using the like for example http shop at sc.com means it will automatically redirect to the https because this is a top website, commercial website. Okay. So if there is any information around the internet or something social media website that shop at sc.com, it is allowing http information also means their market will get reduced actually. So that is why even though if you, I mean, we cannot expect every user to try with https, right? Okay. Every time even we also forget automatically and will type the url as http itself actually. So that's why automatically nowadays these websites automatically will redirect to the https. So if you click on the lock symbol, there will be connection is secure will be there, and then one digital certificates here. So here this digital certificate will be like will valid for 1 year or something like that. I think it is valid for 4 months. Okay. So this certificate, okay, it's known as the public key and private key. So this is the public key. Private key, it won't be available for anyone actually. So it will be hidden. Okay. It will be hidden in some kind of for example, this is a Sony certificate, right? Okay. So this organization has like issued the certificate called Let's Encrypt actually. Okay. So this is a public key which is available for everyone, but the private key will be there in the organization of Let's Encrypt actually. Okay. So this is what. Okay. So nowadays we are all data security has been encrypted by using the certificate only. So this is a website certificate to trust our website is secured actually. Okay. And there is a user certificate also that is used for user, and then machine certificate, whatever the organization laptop you will be using it, right? That is also to secure that laptop also. There is a say machine certificate is there actually, and then website, that is a web server certificate actually. And then whatever you are, okay, so for example the developers are developing a code, right? Maybe in a maybe in what we can say in a Java language or Angular JS or something like that, right? So they, in order to like, I mean, in order to encrypt that code also, right? There is a one certificate called code signing certificate is there actually. So that is used to encrypt that kind of information also actually. Okay. So these are all like a these are all like a certificate that has been used to encrypt the data. So you can easily say data security is the one which is used to secure the data by using the digital certificates actually. Okay. So there are like lot of tools are there for the data security. That one of the tool, one of the best tool around the market, that is known as the Microsoft PKI actually. Okay. It's a Microsoft tool actually. Okay, there are other tools also are there actually, like Entrust PKI is there. PKI means it's a public key infrastructure. Okay, public key infrastructure. Okay, understood, guys? Any doubts on the data security?
No, sir.
Everyone clear?
Yes.
Understood? Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are having any doubts, you can let me know. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. So the next topic, you can tell me what is the next topic we are going to discuss here. So application security, we will discuss it in last. The next one is security operations actually. Okay, so now tell me what is the security operations will be there. Any idea what is the security operations? Anyone?
Authentication.
No. Okay, so let's discuss actually. Okay. Okay, next one is, first of all, we saw the data security. That is the extreme. That is the last one actually. Okay, so we can able to this cyber security, right? We can able to differentiate into different layers actually. Okay, so data security is the final stage we can say. Okay, now security operation we can say it is a first layer. Okay, it is a first layer. Okay, maybe we can say it is at the network layer actually. Okay, so there are three things are there in the security operations. First one is firewall. Second one is sorry guys, yeah, second one is proxy. Third one is endpoint protection. Okay, now tell me, what do you know anything about firewall, or anyone heard about what is a firewall? Any idea?
It blocks the unwanted traffic.
Okay, so that's correct. Okay, so here it is going to block the unwanted request or something like that, right? So for example, if you are having one application www.shop@sc.com, so you don't want okay, for example, let's say you are having one application, you are the owner of the application, so you don't want certain IP address, or you don't want let's say we are having one organization. Okay, so let's say you are working in an organization. Okay, so okay, so you guys studied in any college, right? You studied in college, right? In your you did went to college in US, or you completed in the like COVID situation and all?
To college.
Okay, you guys went to college, right? So inside that college there will be a lab session will be there, right? Have you ever been to the lab sessions? Maybe in India you might went to the computer lab or something like that, right? No?
Yeah, in India
Yes.
we went. So.
Okay, so have you ever noticed there might be some kind of applications of your college that can be accessible only inside the premises of the college? Have you ever seen this kind of a behavior?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can access.
No, I mean, so certain applications of your college can be accessible only inside the premises of the college. So if you come out of the college premises and if you try to access the same application, it won't work actually. So you will receive the error as site can't be reached. Okay. So even, I mean, you still didn't go to the office yet, right? Okay. So when you join organization as an employee, right? Okay, certain applications in your office can be accessible only inside the office premises actually. Okay, so you need to go to the office and connect to the office LAN network like Ethernet cable, then only you can access certain kind of application. So that means they are having the restriction actually. So restriction is nothing but sorry, restriction is nothing but they are restricting the application. Okay, if you are trying to access it outside the organization network actually. Okay, why? Because like they don't want to allow the unnecessary IP addresses actually. Okay, because we are blocking at the first level actually. Okay, because for example, if you try to access the application inside the organization, means all the IP address the organization definitely knows, because they are the organization, because you are inside the organization, they know what are the IP addresses you might have it actually. But when you are accessing the application from your home Wi-Fi network or like a public Wi-Fi network in Starbucks or something like that, the IP address cannot be able to trace actually. So it will be like an unknown IP address only. Okay, it will be like a unknown IP address. So we cannot expect the unknown IP address should be accessible inside the application, right? Organization application which is having the critical information. So the applications which is having the critical information, they won't allow I mean, they won't allow while accessing in the public network actually. They will allow only inside the organization network. Okay, so how they are filtering out actually. Okay, so I can able to create a firewall inside my application. Okay, in the firewall, I can allow only certain kind of IP addresses actually. Okay, for example, let's say I can able to create a rule inside the firewall. Okay, hey firewall. Okay, like for example, let's say firewall is equal to, I can able to give certain kind of IP address, like 10 IP address means it will allow only those 10 IP addresses only. Okay, so it won't allow the other IP address. So for example, okay, whenever the request is coming from, for example, let's say in firewall, I am having this IP address. So whenever if I am trying to access access the application, if my IP address is matching with this IP address means, then the firewall will allow my request actually. If it is not, it won't allow. So it will reject my request, and then like I will be receiving the site can't be reached actually. So whenever the hacker they are trying to access the application means, it will be like an unknown IP address only, because they may try to access it from anywhere around the world. So from the public network only they will try to access it. So the firewall will restrict that, and then they will show the site can't be reached actually. Okay, so that is the firewall. Maybe we can say it's a first layer of the defense actually. Okay, now the next layer of the defense is proxy. Okay, now they breached the firewall. Okay, so they got into the firewall also. So they tried to hack the firewall, and they got into the firewall also. Okay, so the next one sorry, yeah, so the next one they are doing it, that is known as the proxy. So it is a next layer of a security. Okay, so now you can tell me, what is a proxy, guys? Have you ever heard about what is a proxy? Any idea what is a proxy? No.
It also acts like an intermediate protector.
Oh, that is, yeah, that is fine. It's a protector, but okay. So have you ever did this kind of stuff in your college or something like that? For example, let's say you might let's say you didn't attend the college today. Okay, but you don't want to mess it up your attendance, so you are asking your friend to give the attendance on behalf of yourself actually. Have you ever did this kind of stuff actually? I mean, nowadays it's not possible actually, but in 5 years before or 6 years before, that is possible, right? So like when I was studying college, right? Okay, that is long back actually. It's more than I think 2014 or 2012 or something like that. Okay, so when I was studying my college, so at the time, like my friends used to do it actually. So they will ask me to put the attendance on behalf of themselves actually. Okay, so that means, so instead of me, someone else is covering up. So instead of my friend, I am covering for them actually. So that is known as the proxy actually. Okay, so that is known as the proxy. So instead of my friends, I am covering for them, right? That is known as the proxy. For example, let's say, I mean, when you try to access the application, right, the application will have one IP address actually. Let's say application is having this IP address. Okay, so let's say this is the application IP address. Now the hacker breached the firewall. So they try to breach the firewall, and they breached the firewall. Okay, so I'm not exposing the original IP address of the application to the firewall. So what I will do, I will assign some dummy IP address actually, like this. Okay, and then put it there in the firewall. So even though if they try to get into the firewall, and then they will see only the dummy IP address of the application. So even though they can try to get into this IP address, they cannot see anything is there, because it is a proxy, because it is a dummy IP address. Nowadays all the applications are all using the proxy only, guys, because this is more important. Okay, so instead of original IP address, I'm hiding the original IP address, and then I'm putting the dummy IP address in front of the network actually, so that even though if the hacker try to hack the firewall, they cannot pass going into the proxy actually. Maybe we can say it's a next layer of a defense. Firewall, it's a first layer of a defense which is used to like protect, which is used to like, I mean, restrict the application from the unauthorized access. Next is proxy. Instead of putting the original IP address in front of the network, instead we are assigning to the dummy IP address actually. Okay, So now this is a next layer of a defense. Now there is next one is endpoint protection. So this is a different kind of a layer actually. Okay. So here it's not related to the first layer or second layer. This endpoint protection, antivirus in your machine, guys.
Yeah.
Any you didn't know what is antivirus in your machines, laptop or mobile phones, semantic endpoint protection or antivirus, McAfee antivirus. Any idea?
Yeah, we have an idea about.
Exactly. So these antivirus tools, definitely it's 100%. It's important to be there. Okay. So when you join any organization as an employee, right, they will give you the network device actually. Okay. That means your laptop. Okay. So so that you can work in that particular device actually. But in that laptop, right, they will give the antivirus should be installed actually. Maybe McAfee antivirus or like a semantic endpoint protection actually. Semantic is one of the top tool organization basically which is providing the antivirus tools actually. Okay, so what it will do, right, it will check whether you are having any kind of a virus or something like that. If you try to access the illegal website, they will block that website actually, so you cannot access it. Okay, even if you try to access the youtube.com also, right, some organization will, it's blocking that one also actually. Okay, but other than that, like other illegal websites are blocked, like torrent or like gaming websites. So these are all, it's already blocked by the antivirus actually. Okay, so this is how this endpoint protection is going to protect your device from the illegal attacks from the on the network actually. Because if they give you a like trusted laptop, right, then that means I mean that means you can able to access it from your home also. But when you are accessing in home, right, you may try to connect to the public Wi-Fi. That means at the time they may try to hack your laptop, because your organization laptop devices, these are all like interconnected with the all the organization network actually. So from your laptop it will become a chain reaction. So if they try to hack one device, it will move on to the next one, it will move on to the next one, next one, like that it will go on actually. Okay, so that is a big issue, that will be a big issue actually. So that's why semantic endpoint protection will be used there actually. Okay, yeah, any doubts on the data security and security operations, guys? Any doubts on these two? So these are all, I'm just preparing you guys for the cybersecurity and pingfederate, guys. Okay, so here these are all just, you can learn it, okay, as a basic information actually. Okay, you don't need to go I mean you don't need to go deeply, just a high level is enough actually. Okay, yeah, so any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So the next one is network security. Okay, so now the most important part, that is the network security. So network security is nothing but sorry guys. So the network security. So there are three things are there in the network. One is internet, intranet, extranet. Okay. So now so now tell me, what is internet? Any idea, guys? Any idea what is internet? No
Internet is
idea, guys?
something which is within the organization or within the community.
No, that is different. Okay, so internet is nothing but, okay, so it's a public network. So whenever the application is internet accessible means, okay, you can able to access the application from anywhere at anywhere around the world actually. For example, let's say facebook.com. So it's a internet accessible. So you can access it from anywhere around the world actually. So that is known as the internet accessible. Okay. Now, so internet means it's a less secured applications will be, they will be enable it in the internet actually. But intranet, so this is another kind of a sorry guys, so this is the next one, that is known as the intranet. Okay, so intranet means, okay, it is not a like internet kind of stuff actually. So intranet means you should be inside the organization by connecting to the ethernet cable actually. Okay, LAN cable. Okay, so you should be available in the office premises as a physically, and then you are connecting your laptop into the ethernet cable, and then if you are trying to access the application means, then you are inside the intranet actually. That means certain highly critical application, they won't allow the application in the internet. So you should be there in the office premises and then try to access the application. So if you try to access the intranet applications over the internet means, it won't work actually. So you should be in the trusted network. So if you are in the office network means that will be connected as a trusted network actually. Okay. Now tell me what is a extranet, guys? Any idea what is a extranet? Anyone? It's a simple topic only. You don't need to stretch muscle. You don't need to stress myself on the extranet. Okay, just whatever you know, you can tell me. That's fine. Even though if it is a wrong or correct, that's fine. Yeah. Any idea what is extranet? No. Okay, so whatever the intranet. Okay, so nowadays after the COVID situation, right? Okay, I'm working. Like. For example, I was there in Belgium actually. Okay, for the like from 2019 to 2021 actually. Okay, so I was there in Belgium during the COVID situation, and then even though I was there in on-site, okay, I was working from home only. Okay, I was working from home only. Okay, so because of the COVID situation. Okay, so even I came back to India, and then I'm working in a work from home only. I didn't yet started to go to office actually. Okay, so here what I was doing when you are because of the COVID situation, right? The new normal. Okay, everyone is working from home only. Okay, so whenever you are working from home, I cannot go to the office physically, but I need to access the like highly critical applications actually. How I can able to access the application without going into the like office in a office premises like physically. Okay, so that comes the extranet procedure actually. That means I'm going to connect to the organization trusted network, that is intranet. I'm going to connect to the intranet, but not as a physically, but as a virtually. So that means you are still connecting, you are still going to use your public Wi-Fi only, that is a internet. Okay, by using your internet, I'm connecting to the intranet virtually. That means a secure network as a virtually. That is known as the virtual private network, VPN. Okay, that is known as the VPN. Okay, so there are like lot of tools are there. Cisco AnyConnect is that is one of the VPN, and then Symantec VPN is that is one of the other tool. So like nowadays, okay, even I'm also using the VPN in my organization. So I will use my VPN in my organization laptop, and then connect to my office network, and then connect to my office network virtually, and then access my official work actually. Okay, so that is known as the extranet. Internet is public, intranet is private physically, extranet is private virtually. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, so any doubts, guys, on the security operations, data security, and network security? Any doubts?
I have one doubt related to intranet.
Go ahead. Yeah.
For example, if I'm in office and I'm connecting through Wi-Fi, but joining through VPN, what does it considered as?
No, I mean, like for example, let's say it will be considered as a extranet because you are not connecting to the physical network, right? The LAN network. So whenever, if you are not connected to the LAN network, okay, that is Ethernet cable. But if you are using your phone, mobile Wi-Fi to connect to the laptop, and then if you are connecting to using the VPN, means it will consider as a extranet actually. That means virtually,
But
not as a
also
physical.
so the Wi-Fi I'm telling about is like as per my experience, we have the office Wi-Fi, the organization Wi-Fi,
Yeah, that
and
is
then we
also.
don't need the Ethernet at that situation. Like we can
No,
directly log in without a VPN.
see, why wireless? It won't be never considered as a trusted one actually. Okay, so wireless, even though if you are inside the office, right, they won't. I mean, they will be considered as a internet or extranet only, not as a intranet actually. Okay, so you still have to connect to the Ethernet cable to have a full access inside the organization, basically. Okay.
So we can say that only with Ethernet, then it is called intranet connection, or else it is like
Exactly.
either an internet or an extranet.
Exactly, because wireless means it's we cannot trust the wireless actually. Okay, anywhere around the world we cannot trust the wireless, right? I mean, that's a kind of a situation we are all nowadays we are all there, right? Okay, I mean everything is happening on wireless only. Okay, so that is what. Okay, even though if you're inside the office, even though if it is a official Wi-Fi, they won't be. It is not trusted actually. Okay, so you have to connect as a Ethernet cable. Okay.
But organizations do, I mean, like provide additional security protocols to the Wi-Fi, right? So that we
No,
need,
they
I mean,
never.
like,
I mean,
we
it's
can't
like
open some other websites. Like, for
see,
example, I have experienced with the Wi-Fi, I couldn't
yes,
open
they
any other
won't.
social
Yeah,
media
that
or anything.
that I can understand. They will restrict the website. That is the firewall, so not the intranet actually. Okay, so they will restrict the firewall level. That means that the site can't be reached. The error will be there, but we cannot expect that it would be secured actually. Okay, so you should have to connect to the Ethernet cable to become a full secured actually. Okay, so because even though if it is official Wi-Fi, okay, the hackers may try to get into that actually. Okay, so that is what, okay, whenever it is a wireless network, right, okay, anyone can able to hack that particular network actually, unless it is on the Ethernet cable actually. Okay, so that is
Okay.
why Ethernet cable is considered as a, I mean, that means LAN network, it is considered as a like a intranet actually. Okay, wireless means anyone can able to hack the wireless actually and get into the network, get into the devices which are all connected to that particular network actually. Okay, so right, I mean, nowadays half of the, I mean, like before work from home, that means before COVID, the cyber attacks is not that much actually, but nowadays every day every organization is affected by the cyber attack because of the COVID work from home option actually. Okay, because the new normal, okay, which has been changed. Okay, so that is why even every organization, even the organization which I was working on, which I am working on, that is also attacked by the cyber attack actually. We can able to see the logs. I mean, the team, I mean, there is a separate team will be there, okay, which will monitor these stuffs actually. Every day it will be attacks are all going on. These things are all happening day by day only, so we cannot ignore that, but we should have to protect ourselves actually. That is what. Okay,
Okay, sure. Thank you.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, okay, so the next one is, that is the SIEM. So this is also one of the most important, that is known as the security intelligent event monitoring. Security intelligent. So this is, okay, we can able to see, okay, what is this? Okay, we can able to see it by using the word called monitoring. So this is related to the monitoring. Okay, we can say this sorry, we can say this is a last layer of a security we can. Okay, so after login to the application, after you logged into the sorry, after you logged into the application, that means like you are using the username and password, you try to log in into the application. So afterwards we need to monitor some kind of a privileged account. For example, let's say like if you are having a full access inside the application, they will be monitoring you actually. Okay, now you are using your organization laptop, right? Okay, so when you try to access any kind of applications or any kind of a websites, they will monitor you actually. So they are monitoring these kind of activities. Why? Because some, I mean, at some point some people will try to access any kind of a URL actually. Okay, so without the monitoring we cannot be able to we cannot be able to, like, I mean, protect those things actually. Okay, so by monitoring only we can able to we can able to prevent these kind of stuffs actually. For example, let's say some people will send an attachment from the organization email address to their personal email address actually. So they will also monitor the emails actually. So whenever you join any organization, right, so you might know, I mean, you will be knowing in future. Okay, so whenever you are going to work in any kind of organization, don't ever send any attachment from your organization email address to your personal email address actually. Okay, so that is not good. Okay, because they will definitely monitor these things. And if the attachment is your resume means, that's fine. Okay, if the attachment is a resume, or if the attachment is just having a salary slip or pay slip, or if the attachment is having an income tax declaration means, that is fine. That is these are all like a not that much. But don't ever send any kind of client information, or any kind of SharePoint link, SharePoint documents related to the client information means, definitely it will create a problem actually. Okay, so how they are finding out means, so they are finding out based on the monitoring only. So nowadays, okay, everyone is under the monitoring only. Okay, under the monitoring. For example, let's say like I'm working in one project, I'm having a admin access to something actually. Okay, so they will be monitoring my admin access actually, whatever I'm doing it inside the application by using my administrator access. So if I am doing something illegal means, they can able to find out easily. Okay, so even whatever what file I'm going to delete, what file I'm going to edit, what file I'm going to upload it, so everything they will monitor it. So if they find any security anomaly means, they can able to easily see it as a notification, and then they can able to find it easily actually. So there are like lot of tools are there in the market actually for the monitoring. Splunk is there, okay, QRadar is there, and then AWS CloudWatch is there. So these are the tools, top tools around the market, which is having it actually, guys. Okay, for the security, intelligence, and event monitoring. Okay, yeah. Any doubts on the 4 topics, guys? Any doubts? Okay, so the last and final one, the most important one, and this is the one which is which is integrated in our related to our topics which we are going to discuss. That is known as the application security. Now we saw data security, that is for the data. Network security, that is for the network. Security operation, that is for the proxy and firewall related to the network only. And then monitoring for after the application. But there is one more is there in the intermediate, right? How we can able to secure the whole application. This is what it's more integral part of our day-to-day life also actually. Okay, so how we can able to secure the application, guys? Any idea? Secure the whole application, how they are doing it? So this one we are using it in our day-to-day life actually. Any idea, guys? So that is known as the username and password, guys. So can we able to live our life without the username and password? Can we able to live a single day without the username and password? Or else you just tell me, like, is there any day that you didn't use the username and password actually? Security. There are like a lot of stuffs in the application security. Okay, we will be discussing on Monday actually. So we will stop it right here. So we don't want to we don't want to rush it up, or we don't want to I don't want to push yourself also actually. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is this is a correct kind of stuff when we we started well actually. So we'll also move it on. Okay, on Monday we will discuss about the application security, how the PingFederate comes into that application security, and then I think we can start working on the PingFederate. Maybe we can discuss how we can able to download the software and all actually. Okay.